Stop waiting, waiting on the world to change. So I just took a shower, and while I was showering and while I was falling asleep last night, I was having some thoughts about consumption. So I just wanted to share a little bit today. So I would say at this point in my life, my worst habit, my especially like consumption habit, is watching TV before bed. Essentially, quitting TV has been on my mind for a long time. It was something I was struggling with a lot to do, which sounds really silly, but I felt like it wasn't really impacting anyone else and it was just impacting myself, and I wasn't able really to see the ways that it was really hurting me and getting into my head. But watching TV before bed, especially right before your body's about to go into like a detox and go to sleep and rest, is not a good idea. So I think I needed something to happen to trigger my mind to really realize how negative watching TV before bed is. Now, let me just say, I usually watch like a sitcom that I've seen 100 times before bed, and I turn the brightness down and just listen to it kind of like it's a story. So in order to fall asleep, because I've seen the episodes so many times that I can just play them in my head, and that way the brightness won't keep me awake. So last night while I was watching a Friends episode, I was looking at Monica, who's played by, what's her name, Courtney Cox. And I was like, oh my God, she looks so skinny. And right then and there, I was like, no. And I quit out of Netflix, and I was like, no. Because I realized I've been working so hard to learn to love myself as I am and know that I am worthy and work on self-love and really focus on that. It was right then when it clicked, when I was like, oh, she looks thin. I was like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard to focus on self-love as I am, and here I am taking in messages every single night right before bed that I am not good enough for X, Y, and Z, and that really hit me hard. Another cool thing is that about a day or two ago, I learned about something about music, and that how we listen to music at 440, I think it's like MHz frequencies, and how like the universal frequency is 432. 440 is more of an anxious frequency to listen to music at, and so I've been looking up 432 MHz to like focus on more just healing and just see what it is, because I'm really interested in alternative ways of living, and I just think it's really good to research like options and not just to do things because I'm told to do it that way, or I was raised that way, or it's normal, whatever that means. So I researched 432. I listened to some of the music. It's so soothing and calming, and I really enjoyed it. So I decided to listen to some like meditative music at a 432 MHz frequency before bed. And the difference in that half an hour to an hour of falling asleep from listening to this type of music and watching Friends or some other sitcom was seriously life-changing. I'm not kidding. I had amazing thoughts. I felt so much lighter and better, and all of these amazing things were coming to me, and I really just felt like I wanted to share my experience with the world more, like be more open as a human being, because of one night. And that's basically what I want this video to represent. So how is this like applicable to everyone or in their daily life or in my life? So how I like to think about it is like, there is something wrong in society right now on planet Earth with humanity. We all feel it. We all know that there's something wrong, that life really shouldn't feel this way, that it's a little bit too fast or uncomfortable, and that there's too much bad stuff going on, whether it's speciesism, racism, sexism, treating the environment and the planet horribly, treating other people horribly, like whatever it is, we all have this like feeling, this inkling that something is off. And this feeling caused me so much anxiety and sadness growing up for so long, because it feels so out of control. It feels like all this major stuff is going on and I'm just one person. What can I do? Like, I feel terrible for contributing to it, but I don't know how not to contribute to it. I don't even know what it is. And just trying to figure out how I played a role in all this negativity. And it wasn't until I found like veganism that I really felt at peace, more so with myself than ever, because I realized I had control over my consumption patterns and how I contributed to certain negativities in the world. So I'm not here to tell people how to consume, what to consume, or anything like that, but I'm here to try to get people to question why they make certain consumption choices. So for example, when you have a headache and you decide, oh, I have a headache, I'm going to go to CVS, I'm going to buy Advil, I'm going to take Advil to help with my headache. Ask yourself, why are you doing those things? How do you know to go to CVS? Is it a natural instinct? Is it because you grew up knowing CVS had certain types of drugs? Is it because you saw a commercial telling you that CVS has drugs to help with headaches? Why did you make that conscious decision? Then ask yourself how you know Advil is the best remedy for this problem. Do you know it from being told on commercials Advil helps with pain and headaches? Do you know it because your parents used to give you Advil growing up? Do you know it because your doctors that you trusted told you to take Advil with a headache? Like, what led you to make that decision? And then ask yourself, is that really the best remedy? Is that really the best way for me to deal with this situation, this headache, this problem that I have? So this all goes into my listening to meditative music before bed every night, or watching a sitcom before bed every night. What do I want coming into me? What do I want coming into my conscience? What do I want coming into my body and my head? Do I want a sitcom with subliminal messaging and different information from the media, or how I'm supposed to live my life based on how the people writing the story believe that lives should be lived? Or do I want to listen to meditative music before bed every night and allow my own thoughts to wander? And in my opinion, that's how you take control over your life. That's how you stop picking from the pot of negativity of the world. Do I want to be contributing to this negativity, this racism, sexism, belief that we're not fit enough, thin enough, fat enough, whatever it is? Do I want to be consuming that every day constantly before bed? Or do I want to take control over my life and start putting positive messages into my conscience? This also plays a huge role with food. What do you want going into your body? What do you want nourishing your cells? And why do you want these things? Ask yourself questions. When you go to the grocery store, ask yourself, let's say you want to buy goldfish. Ask yourself, why? Why do you want to buy goldfish? Do you believe it's nourishing for your body? Do you believe it's helping the environment and helping you become a better person? How do you even know that inside of a container is going to contain edible food? Like, where are these ideas coming from? Because obviously when we go into a grocery store, we recognize fruits and vegetables and nuts and stuff like that as food because we have an intrinsic connection with it. That's what human beings know to be as food. So like when you see something and you buy something that's a product, how do you, like goldfish, how do you know that that is food? Like, what in your head, who taught you that that was food? Question these things. I'm not telling you that it is or isn't food. I'm just asking you to question these things. Do you want, going into your body, do you want genetically modified food that has been covered in chemicals? Do you want that nourishing your body? Do you want fresh fruit nourishing your body? Do you want dead animals nourishing your body? What do you want? Make this decision for yourself. I'm not telling you what to consume. I'm saying, what do you want going to go into your body, to feed you, to nourish your cells? And once you start making these conscious decisions about what you want to consume, physically, mentally, spiritually, you will start feeling a lowered level of anxiety because you will feel like you have more control over your life, and you will stop taking from the pot of negativity that goes on in society and start making decisions for yourself and stop just doing what you were taught to do, conditioned to do, told to do, whatever. So I often have conversations with my sister regarding consumption, and she's like, I'm just one person, what can I do? Now I can tell you different statistics about how one person really can make a difference, but I want you to really think about it, because negative things will go on no matter what. There will always be negativity in the world to balance out the positivity. It's the yin and the yang. It is what it is. But what you should focus on is, do you want to be part of that negativity? Do you want that negativity to enter your bubble, to enter your conscience, to enter your space, or not? You have control over that. You have control over whether you want racism, sexism, speciesism, hurting the environment, all those things to enter your reality or not. You have that decision. For me personally, I'm a huge environmentalist. I have been since I was born. I've always been concerned about human impacts on the environment and then how that impacts our health since, like, I can remember first, second grade me being worried about these things. And I was always anxious because of it, because I felt like I couldn't do anything. But as I got older and I started making my own decisions and I started deciding for myself what I wanted to consume, that's when I started feeling better. And it's hard because I know factory farming is going on. I know billions of animals are being tortured and slaughtered every year. I know all these terrible things are happening. But I now know that I am not contributing to it. I'm not allowing those things to enter my space and my reality. As of right now, where I am in my life, I can honestly say I'm doing the best that I possibly can to bring positivity into my life and to remove the negativity and try to accomplish those things through my consumption patterns. So next time you turn on the radio or you take a bite of food or you go to the grocery store or you sit in a class about something, ask yourself why you're doing those things and ask yourself if you want those things to be a part of your space and make a decision for yourself. Don't be told what to do. Don't let culture and the way that you grew up tell you how to live your life. Decide for yourself how you want to live your life. This is something that I'm super, super passionate about because I feel like we are told what to do and we all feel so suppressed all the time, especially me growing up. I suppressed myself and I felt suppressed. And the more you open yourself up and take control over your life and do things that feel right to you, the better and happier you'll feel. And also, in turn, the planet will become better because our intentions are in line with the universe and the planet's intentions. And once those things are married, everyone will be happy. Like, for example, it doesn't feel right to anybody to hurt animals unless you're like sociopathic. It feels wrong to hurt animals. So once you stop contributing to the hurting of animals, you will feel better. And in turn, the planet will be better. The animals will be better. Everything elevates once you elevate because you are a part of the web. You're part of the universal web. So I don't know. I hope this video touches someone and helps you make better decisions about your life and take control over your life and your happiness. I also invite you to make like one change in your life just for today. Like if you have something that you do every day that kind of makes you feel uncomfortable, like watching e-news at night when you know it's all gossip and drama and like you kind of like it because it's intriguing and it's dramatic, but you also know that it doesn't really make you feel good. I suggest you just try to change it. Try to replace that with something about, I don't know, something positive that makes you feel good, that makes you feel like you are part of something and something positive. And the little changes make the biggest differences. My whole life changed when I started researching the ingredients in food. It was so simple, just to see what was in it. My whole life changed. And 8 months later, I went from eating white bread and sliced turkey every day to eating nothing but fruits and vegetables. 8 months, just from a small change like that. And from there, my whole life changed. I was then secure about what I wanted my future to look like. I knew kind of what I wanted my like career, I don't like that word, but like what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Everything started falling into place. So I invite you to try to get in line with your intuition and with your belief system, and it feels so rewarding and it's totally worth it. So on that note, have a good day and enjoy yourself and soak up every moment that you possibly can, and don't forget to smile. You can stop waiting on the world to change.